guys, the off season has been treating me really well. I've been having a lot of fun with my family, riding ATVs, playing games at Circuit Circus, watching my stepdaughter's, softball games. It's been really awesome. And, just times like this, are just priceless. And finally, my beautiful fiance and I, we're going to tie the knot at the end of the month and seal the deal. We're getting married at the end of April, and I couldn't be any happier, and I'm definitely ready to share the rest of my life with her. And as far as the off season, the state of the off season, as far as bodybuilding goes, you know, my back is definitely not a weak point, but I want to make it even more of a strong point, because when you're on stage, usually when you turn around to the back, those who have a pretty nice posterior chain, they're the ones that are usually the front runners in shows. So for me so far this off season, I'm now 4 months into the off season. The focus has been on the back and just really just pounding away at the back. The Smith row is my bread and butter right now. I love this movement, and so basically Smith rows, seated rows, close grip pull downs, chins. So those have been my basic movements this off season. And the focus again is on my back and also on my chest. I want to bring up my chest. I feel like out of all the body parts, with the exception of my abs, which is just genetically a not too pleasing to the eye body part because of the ab split I have, my chest is next in line. And I think just genetically I just don't have that very dense, thick upper chest. So I've been really focusing on, chest and back, really just, increasing the volume on those body parts. And I've really been overreaching the past 3 months with these two body parts. I've been keeping, some of the other movements as far as shoulders, arms, legs, pretty much at normal levels as far as my volume. But I just been really just bombing away on my back and my chest, and hoping that even at the young age of 43, I could still make pretty good improvements with my physique. So that's been kind of the game plan, out the gates with this off season. And over the last 2-3 months, I've definitely done more volume with those body parts than I ever have. So it's going to be interesting to see if there truly is any noticeable differences. Right now it's kind of hard to see because I'm not as lean as I was obviously when I was in prep mode last year. So we're going to have to kind of wait and see once I lean back down to see if there's any significant strides to those areas. But I will say over the past couple weeks I started to feel the effects of the overreaching with those body parts. Not recovering as well. Some of the workouts were starting to kind of suffer a little bit, some joint pain. So I've toned the volume down, and I've kind of changed up my split here recently to go more to a bro split. With the overreaching I was doing with my back and chest, I was kind of doing I was trying to get 2 times per week frequency, and for the most part, I was kind of getting that. But now, with the way I'm kind of feeling, I want to tone that down to the frequency to 1 times per week. And I'll probably do this for about a month. And I've gone to a more of a bro split now. So right now I'm kind of doing 1 times per week frequency, chest and arms on one day, legs on the other, back and shoulders on another day, and then I have one day where I'm just going to be doing just deadlifts and then probably pec deck just to get in a little more chest work. So more of kind of like a bro split. I'm toning the volume down for the next month, just to kind of let my body try to catch back up and recover. And also, with my life schedule, as of late, as of the last week and a half or so, it's been really fast paced, and planning the wedding, and it's just hard for me to kind of get into the gym as much as I would like in order to keep that frequency up. So a combination of I need a break, my body needs a break, and also just I think life outside the gym, I need a little bit more time. So being basically people who followed me, they kind of tend to think I'm more of a low volume guy. They kind of label me as that. And, I would say, in comparison to a lot of athletes, you could say, yes, I am low volume. Um, but I don't really like to kind of label myself that way. I think I'm proving, over my last prep and now this off season that, I'm taking more of a flexible approach. Not only, we hear flexible dieting, but also that's how I kind of look at training. It's flexible. When there's times when I feel good and I feel like I can overreach and push volume, or push intensity, or, just overall just push myself, I'm gonna do it. And when there's times where, what, okay, now I'm feeling the effects of that, now I'm gonna tone it down. So, some may call it periodization. I kind of call it being flexible with the approach, because I think with the amount of time I've been in the gym, going on 3 decades now, that um, I don't necessarily, structure my training where I actually have everything, on paper. Okay, for 3 months I'm going to do this, and then the next 3 months I'm going to do that. I kind of, I put a plan in place on paper, but then, as I go along, I'm basically auto-regulating things. So a lot of the volume I was doing for my chest and back, yeah, I was pushing 5 sets on most of those workouts per movement, and kind of leaving like 1 or 2 reps left in the tank. But that was starting to take its toll. So now it's like my volume's like anywhere between 3 and 4 sets, and on occasion I might hit 5 if I feel good. But for the most part, it's like, okay, let's tone things down 3 or 4 sets, for the next month, until I could kind of get my bearings back in order to kind of regroup and then go for another push. So yeah, so really I like to think, I'm more of a flexible bodybuilder now, and I think with that flexibility, I just keep getting better and better and better. So I think a lot of times, we like to label things, oh, low volume, high volume, clean eating, if it fits your macros. So there's like all these labels, and I think it really limits people, because they get so caught up with the labels and they buy into it. And I'm now, been for a while now, just like, what, I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm not labeling anything. I'm going to be flexible with my approach, in all aspects of the sport, and I keep getting better and better and better. So that's kind of the state of my off season right now. So for the first, 3 months, kind of pushed the volume on chest and back, try to improve those body parts. Now I'm toning the volume back down. Everything's kind of the same as far as volume across all body parts. And I just accepted another guest posing spot. I have 2 guest posings I'm going to be doing in August. So basically that means I need to kind of get back in diet mode, here quickly. So probably after Easter, I'm going to be, tightening things up with the diet. Probably going to jump back on some cardio, and start leaning down again. Towards August. So I'm doing a guest posing for the Battle of the Bay, the IMBF Battle of the Bay, here in the Bay Area of California, and then I'm doing the Central Valley Classic, which is in Fresno, California. So really looking forward to guest posing. That was one thing I enjoyed last year when I guest posed with Alberto Nunez at the Battle of the Bay. It was I really enjoyed that, because I love being on stage. I like the competitive aspect, against, going up against other athletes, but for me, I just had a blast going up there and doing what I love to do, and I really do love the individual posing routine, because that's where you get to kind of showcase you. It's all about you. You get to show your hard work. So I truly really love that part. So I'm really, as much as I kind of didn't want to, dive into another kind of a prep, but I'm really looking forward to guest posing, and who knows, after, by August, I'm not going to probably looking to be, like I was looking last year, like that shredded. Probably come in about 175, and which is 5 pounds over my competing weight. But you never know, because the Pro Internationals the following month. You have the Worlds, you have the Orton Cup. So we just kind of have to. I don't want to say yes, I'm going to compete, and then no, I'm not. I'm just kind of just go and do what I did last year, and that is call it a continuum. So basically, I'm just going to start turning the corner here and start leaning down. Right now I'm sitting at about 185, 188 on most days, kind of fluctuating there. If I like to have a pizza, I might jump up to 190, but then it tones back down. But all in all, guys, this off season's been treating me pretty well. Enjoying life and at the same time enjoying the sport, being flexible with my approach, enjoying my training. And, I think so far, it seems to be going in the right direction. And, gauging from this short little video clip here, we're definitely heading in the right direction. That's about it, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.